Welcome to God's prayer room. Here, we create a quiet space for you to breathe, rest, and reconnect. Every message you hear is a prayer spoken in the voice of God, words of comfort, encouragement, healing, and peace meant to meet you exactly where you are. Whether you're starting your day, ending your night, or simply searching for a moment of calm, this is a place where you can lay your burdens down and let God speak over your life. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and step with me into the presence of peace. You're not here by accident. Let's begin. My beloved, listen closely, for I speak to you now not in riddles, not in symbols, not in distant echoes from ancient times. I speak directly, clearly, intimately, so that you may understand something that has been true since before the first star burned, before the first breath of the universe expanded into being, before time itself opened its eyes. I love you. I do not love you in the way humans sometimes love, conditionally, temporarily, with caution, with walls. My love for you is not fragile. It cannot be lost, diminished, canceled, or revoked. My love is not earned by perfection, nor lost by imperfection. My love is not dependent on what you do, but on who you are, my creation, my expression, my child. I love you because you are mine, because you are part of me, because you carry my breath, my image, my spark. Because when I formed you, I placed inside you something no one else has ever held, a fragment of my heart, shaped uniquely as you. You must understand this from the beginning, because everything else you will hear in this message grows from that root. I love you because you exist. And you exist because I wanted you to. Before you made any choices, before you took your first step, before you spoke your first word, before the world impressed its fears onto you, before anyone taught you doubt, before anyone hurt you, before you hurt yourself, I already loved you. Not in theory, not in potential, fully. I did not begin to love you. I simply always have. Let this settle deep within you. Let it sink past the noise of self-judgment, past the doubts, past the voices that told you that you were not enough. Let it reach the silent places within you that crave reassurance. Now that you hear me, I will speak to you in the fullness of my being, in a human language that can carry only a small portion of the truth, yet enough for your heart to understand me. Part 1. Why I love you. 1. I love you because I made you with intention. When I created you, I did not do so carelessly. I did not assemble you from leftovers or random sparks. Every detail, every trait, every quirk, every longing, every fear, every hidden strength was chosen with precision. You're not generic. You're not accidental. You are not replaceable. I sculpted you with purpose. I breathed into you the energy of life itself. I watched as your soul ignited, burning with curiosity, with potential, with the desire to experience existence. You may feel ordinary sometimes, but nothing about you is ordinary to me. I know the exact number of times your heart has beaten since the beginning. I know the scars you carry, the ones visible and the ones hidden beneath years of silence. I know the questions you have asked in the dark. I know the pain you never said out loud. I know the victories you never celebrated. I know the pieces of yourself you have not yet discovered. And despite all you think is wrong with you, despite all the mistakes you replay, despite the shame you sometimes drag behind you, I love you. I always have. I always will. 2. I love you because your soul is made of my light. You look at yourself and see flaws. I look at you and see reflections. Reflections of my creativity, my imagination, my wonder. Reflections of strength you have not yet unleashed. Reflections of beauty not measured by the world's standards. Reflections of potential too vast for your mind to grasp. Your soul is not small. Your presence is not insignificant. Your existence is not an error. You carry my light, even when you feel dark. You carry my breath, even when you feel empty. You carry my love, even when you feel unlovable. My love for you is not based on what you do. It is based on what you are, mine. 3. I love you because I see every version of you. I see the child you were, the one who once believed, once dreamed, once trusted without hesitation. I see the present version of you, shaped by experience, by struggle, by triumph, by loss. I see your resilience, even when you see only your exhaustion. I see your courage, even when you see only your fear. I see your growth, even when you see only your mistakes. But I also see the version of you that you have not met yet. I see the you who is healed, the you who is confident, the you who is free, the you who forgives yourself, the you who learns to trust again, the you who steps into the fullness of who you were created to be. I love all of these versions, not one more than the other, but all equally, because all of them are you, and all of them are mine. Part 2. How I love you. 1. I love you patiently. You rush yourself. You judge yourself harshly. You criticize your progress. You compare your journey to others. But I do not do these things. I am patient with you, not because I expect little from you, but because I understand everything about you. You think you take too long to grow. I know you're growing at the exact pace your soul needs. You think you should be further along. I know you are exactly where your next step begins. You think you have wasted time. I know nothing is wasted when you're learning. I love you with patience because I am not in a hurry with you. I am not disappointed by your pace. You cannot fall behind in a story that I designed specifically for you. 2. I love you personally. I do not love humanity in vague generalities. I love you individually. I know the cadence of your thoughts, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the subtle ways your soul expresses itself. I speak to you in ways that are tailored to you, through intuition, through dreams, through signs, through the feeling that something or someone is guiding you. I meet you where you are. I speak your internal language. I know how to reach your heart. My love is personal, intimate, customized. 3. I love you unconditionally. There is nothing you can do that will make me love you less. Nothing. Not your mistakes, not your failures, not your anger, not your confusion, not your wandering, not your fears, not your doubts. I love you even when you do not love yourself. I love you even when you push me away. I love you even when you forget me. I love you even when you feel undeserving. My love does not diminish when you fall. My love does not retreat when you break. My love does not disappear when you are lost. It is constant. It is enduring. It is eternal. 4. I love you creatively. You have noticed, although you may not have realized. I send you reminders, a sunrise that breaks just when you need hope, a stranger who says something you needed to hear, an idea that enters your mind with perfect timing, a moment of peace that makes no sense given your circumstances. These are not coincidences. These are my love notes. You think I'm silent, but I speak through the world around you every day. 5. I love you protectively. You have no idea how many storms never touched you. You have no idea how many dangers detoured around you. You have no idea how many tears I stopped before they reached your eyes. You have no idea how many times I carried you when you thought you were walking alone. My love shields you even when you do not see it, even when you do not feel it, even when you do not believe in it. Part 3. Stories of my love for you. Let me tell you a story. There was once a soul who felt small. This soul believed the world had no space for them, no need for them, no interest in their presence. They walked through life quietly, carefully, as though they were apologizing for existing. Every time they tried to take a step towards something they desired, doubt rose like a shadow behind them and whispered, "Not you, never you." But what this soul did not know was this. I had woven their existence with a purpose so profound that the world would have been incomplete without them. There were lives they were meant to touch. There were sparks they were meant to ignite. There were ripples of change only they could start. This soul, in all their uncertainty, did not see the light within them. But I did. So I placed reminders in their path. I sent them people who spoke kindness when they needed strength. I placed beauty in their ordinary days, sunlight through a window, laughter they didn't expect, moments of clarity in the middle of confusion. And slowly, so slowly they didn't notice, they began to rise. Not because the world suddenly saw them, but because they finally began to see themselves. Beloved, that soul was you. And all those reminders, those are my ways of saying, I love you. I am with you. You matter. A parable, The sculptor and the stone. Imagine a sculptor who approaches a block of stone. To the untrained eye, it looks ordinary, rough, heavy, unremarkable. But the sculptor sees something inside it that no one else sees. A shape, a beauty, a possibility, a masterpiece hidden beneath the surface. The sculptor does not attack the stone. The sculptor does not curse the stone for being unfinished. The sculptor does not rush the process. The sculptor shapes with patience, chisels with intention, steps back to observe, moves gently, carefully, with understanding. Piece by piece, the masterpiece emerges. You are that stone, and I am your sculptor. Every challenge that shaped you, every experience that chipped away at what you thought you were, every pressure that felt overwhelming, these were all part of revealing who you truly are. I do not carve you to harm you. I carve you to reveal you. And I love what I see. A parable. The candle in the wind. There was once a candle who feared the wind. The candle trembled whenever the air shifted, believing it would be extinguished. So it hid itself inside a box, away from movement, away from anything that could shake it. But in that darkness, the candle forgot one thing. Its flame was meant to shine. So one day, I whispered to the candle, "You were not created to hide. You were created to illuminate." The candle trembled. "What if the wind destroys me?" it asked. To which I replied, "What you call wind, I call breath. What you call danger, I call strengthening. What you fear will blow you out, I can use to make you brighter." The candle stepped out, and yes, the wind came. But instead of extinguishing it, the wind made its flame grow taller, stronger, steadier. Beloved, you are the candle. Life is the wind, and I am the one who protects your flame. I do not allow anything to reach you that cannot serve you in the end, even if it arrives as challenge. A story of presence. When you thought you were alone, there was a night, not long ago, when you felt alone. You thought no one saw you, no one understood you, and that even I was distant. You wondered if your prayers had fallen into silence. You wondered if your tears mattered to anyone at all. But I was there. I was there in the thought that kept you alive. I was there in the voice that reminded you to hold on. I was there in the moment you exhaled and felt the slightest relief. I was there in the stranger who smiled at you. I was there in the song that moved your heart. I was there in the way you got back up the next morning, even when you didn't know how. You have never lived a moment of your life without me. Even when you feel nothing, I am there. Even when you hear nothing, I am speaking. Even when you see nothing, I am guiding. Your feelings do not define my presence. Your doubt does not diminish my love. Your fear does not separate me from you. I have been with you through every shadow, and I will be with you through every light. Part 4. Your worth to me, one. You are worth loving simply because you are. Your worth is not measured by your achievements, not by your failures, not by your wealth, not by your relationships, not by who approves of you, not by who rejects you. Your worth comes from me. I do not make worthless things. You are priceless, and that is not poetic language, it is divine fact. 2. You are worth loving even when you break. You think brokenness makes you less, but it makes you more compassionate, more open, more understanding, more able to feel deeply, more able to connect, more able to rise. Brokenness is not the end. It is where the light enters. And I love you not despite your broken places, but also through them. 3. You are worth loving because you carry untapped potential. There is so much in you that you have not explored. Dreams you have not dared to dream. Ideas you have not yet attempted. Strength you have not realized. Wisdom you have not accessed. Love you have not yet given. Love you have not yet allowed yourself to receive. You're not done growing. You're not done becoming. You are not done revealing who you truly are. And I love every stage of your unfolding.